Fade in. Slow, rising orchestral bass. A dark screen. Then, a single line appears. Peace does not last forever. Narrator calm weighty. For 1,000 years, the galaxy slept. For 1,000 years, humanity evolved. For 1,000 years, every species believed war had become a relic of the past. They were wrong. Because on the morning the Trivar Dominion launched the first orbital strike, humanity did something no alien empire expected. They laughed. Not out of madness. Not out of arrogance. But out of certainty. Humanity knew something the galaxy had forgotten. They were built for the storm. The year is 4021. A millennium of peace, signed after the Great Galactic Accord, has shaped every law, every alliance, every corner of known space. The Accord forbade conflict. It outlawed empires. It tamed entire civilizations. But peace breeds memory loss. And on the edge of the Orion Corridor, the Trivar Dominion remembered what others had forgotten. They remembered ambition, territory, power. And so, 1,000 years after the last shot fired, an alien empire broke the silence. A fleet of 10,000 warships crossed into human space. Armored, shielded, armed with weapons unseen for centuries. The galaxy watched, breathless. How would humanity respond? Would they panic? Would they plead? Would they crumble? No. Humanity smiled. Because in the 1,000 years since the last war, humans had not grown soft. They had grown prepared. What happens when an ancient, war-hungry empire attacks the most quietly dangerous species in the galaxy? What happens when a civilization known for its adaptability, its resilience, and its unpredictable evolution spends a millennium building, anticipating, preparing? What happens when aliens expect surrender, but humans expect war? This is the scenario we explore today. A galaxy that believed humans were peaceful because they wanted to be. Not because they needed to be. To understand the human reaction, we must first examine the 1,000 years of peace that shaped them. During the Accord era, most species disarmed. They dismantled fleets. They abandoned military science. They shifted focus toward art, diplomacy, and culture. Humanity did all of that too. But they did something more. They studied. They remembered their history, Earth's long record of conflict. They remembered what happened every time a stronger empire underestimated them. And they learned a pattern that echoed across their past. Every era of peace ends with a test. So humanity prepared for that test. Across human colonies, something unique was crafted. A defense philosophy based not on strength, but inevitability. Adaptive fleets. Ships that rewrote their own combat algorithms in real time. Quantum shift armor. A hull plating that changed frequency under fire, dispersing energy. Cerebral command networks. A decentralized strategic AI system where no single failure collapsed the whole. Generation citadels. Planets built not just to live, but to endure siege for centuries. To the galaxy, humans looked peaceful. To themselves, they were quietly becoming the most prepared civilization in galactic history. So why did the Trivar Dominion attack? History gives us the answer. Power decays. Memory fades. Empires grow bold when they believe others are weak. The Dominion believed humans had grown complacent. They believed peace had softened them. They believed old myths, that humans were young, impulsive, emotional. But those myths were built in a different age. And in the Trivar archives, one warning had been erased over generations. Humans evolve under pressure. Faster than anyone else. And so the Dominion attacked a species they did not understand. A species they had not studied. A species that had spent 1,000 years sharpening a blade the galaxy never saw. The Dominion fleet's first target, the human frontier world of Vespera Prime. 10,000 alien warships entered orbit. They fired the first shot in a millennium. The galaxy watched the broadcast. A radiant beam descended, striking Vespera's shield. For a moment, the entire planet vanished behind white light. When the brightness faded, a silence spread across the stars. Not because Vespera had fallen, but because Vespera was untouched. Its shield had not cracked. It had not flickered. It had not even dimmed. And the humans watching from every corner of the galaxy laughed softly, not mockingly, not cruelly, with the calm certainty of a species that had waited for this moment. A voice transmitted across every human channel. Phase 1 confirmed. Defensive system stable. Prepare countermaneuver. The Dominion's generals hesitated. For the first time they sensed the truth. This was not an attack on a peaceful world. This was the opening move of a species ready for the storm. To understand what happened next, We must compare this moment to humanity's ancient patterns. Throughout history, humans have faced superior forces. The Mongol invasion, the Roman legions, industrial age empires, Cold War superpowers, machine intelligence, interstellar famine. Each time humanity adapted. Each time humanity found a way not just to survive, but to turn crisis into transformation. This was no different. The Trivar Dominion believed they were repeating history, a powerful empire crushing a weaker one. Instead, they had triggered the oldest human instinct: unite, adapt, overcome. What followed was not a counterattack. It was a revelation. Human fleets emerged, silent, dark, unmarked. But these were not the ships of the past. They moved with impossible precision. Their engines left no trace signatures. Their weapons emitted no detectable energy. Their formations shifted in fractal patterns, mathematically unpredictable. The Dominion fired first. Their beams passed through empty space. Human ships had already moved. The second volley hit, nothing. The third, nothing. Panic spread through Dominion command. And then, in a single coordinated moment, humanity answered. Their weapons did not explode. They did not burn. They did not tear. They simply, unmade. Dominion ships dissolved into light, their molecular bonds collapsing in silence. The battle lasted 11 seconds. An empire that believed it had rediscovered war realized it had awakened a species that never forgot it. What happens next is predictable when viewed through the lens of human history. Step 1: the galaxy freezes. Every empire halts its fleets. Every council recalls its diplomats. No one moves. No one speaks. Step 2: the Dominion sues for peace. Their leaders plead for negotiation, seeking mercy. Step 3: humanity responds with restraint. No invasion. No conquest. No humiliation. Just one message: war ends, peace returns. Learn from this. Step 4: the accord is rewritten. This time not built on weakness, but on understanding. Step 5: humanity becomes the galaxy's stabilizing force. Not by dominance, not by fear, but by example. In the end, the lesson is simple. Peace is fragile. Empires forget. But humanity remembers. 1,000 years of peace did not make humans soft. It made them vigilant, disciplined, prepared. And when war returned, they faced it the same way they have faced every challenge in their long and complicated history. Not with terror, not with surrender, but with a quiet, unshakable certainty. Humanity survives. Humanity adapts. Humanity endures. But this story leaves us with a final question. If 1,000 years of peace created the strongest humanity in history, what will the next 1,000 years create? And who, or what, will dare test them next? Fade to black.